Society publicizes and promotes sex, but we don't actually talk about it. Berks Teens Matter is here to change that. Although the national rate of teen births has significantly decreased, it is still a pressing issue within our own community. Reading's teen birth rate is 2.5 times higher than Pennsylvania's. Our goal is to reduce teen pregnancy by 40% in Berks County by 2022. In order to reach this goal, we must first reduce the stigma surrounding sex. It's time to have the talk. Our first Let's Talk video features Crystal Harris, Reading High School cheerleading coach and Student Services Secretary. She is interviewed by one of the girls on her cheerleading team, Janeice Burns, a junior at Reading High and Youth Ambassador for Berks Teens Matter.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the things. Let's talk about sex.
Okay, so how did you first learn about sex?
I probably first learned about sex from my mom. She was pretty cool about it.
Was she like open-minded about it? Like when you were a teenager, did she say, well, don't do this and this or else you'll get pregnant?
Yeah, there used to be those little don't kiss or you get pregnant type deals. But
Yeah.
my mom was honest, like, this is how things happen. And if you don't watch, you will get caught up in something you don't want to be involved in.
So it's like,
Thankful.
did you ever have like that awkward moment where you're just like, are you sure you should have told me that? Or was it like...
For me, I think I was afraid. Like, I was like, ooh, that doesn't sound like something I want to do. I started hearing my friends around me that were younger than me talking about they were having sex and they were like 14 and I'm thinking, you did that? That sounds scary. Like, I mean, I wanted a boyfriend and I had one at 13, believe it or not, but we were just kind of like kissing like that.
When do you believe is a good time to finally start having the conversation?
I don't think it's something that you plan out. I think the sex talk kind of happens like you're kind of watching what your kid's doing and the changes they're making and the people they're starting to hang around, and then the light bulb goes off in your head like, uh-oh, I better talk to her now before somebody else talks to her and it might not be the way I want it to be explained. This day and age, probably instead of the warning signs at 12, I think 12 is an age where you need to start being open about what could happen. And I say that because the way the schools are set up now, older kids are getting mixed in with younger kids, and that's a sign for things to happen faster than they would have when we went to school. Do
you think it's hard for parents to talk to their kids about sex?
Yes, and I think it's hard for your parents to talk to you about sex because some parents believe if I don't talk about it, you won't do it.
Yes.
But if I start talking about it, it's almost like an open door that I'm saying to you, go ahead and do it now that I've given you all the safety guidelines.
Obviously, you have kids.
Yes.
And how old were they when you finally gave them the sex talk?
Chantel was an unlucky child because I worked in an OBGYN office. So my sex talk was with a book with all the diseases that you could get. And it wasn't just with her, it was with her and like 4 of her friends. By doing that, I think I kind of scared them a little. But I did get phone calls and thank you cards from the other parents. They were very happy about that.
Do you think that a parent should talk to their kids about sex rather than a teacher?
Yes. Not saying a teacher should not, but I think a parent, that is my biggest pet peeve. As a parent, you have some responsibility. It was my responsibility to talk to my daughter about sex. A sex education class is amazing because it just confirms everything that I've been talking about. But you need to have that door open in that comfort zone with your own kid, because what if they get into trouble? They need to be comfortable to come to you. I mean, advice I could give is, I'll share this with you. I had the sex talk with my mom, but I ended up getting pregnant at 16. I took all her advice. We followed the rules. He put a condom on. I had a faulty condom. I ended up having an ectopic pregnancy on top of everything else. That was the worst scare of my life. And it was the first time I had sex. So believe it or not, you can get pregnant the first time you have sex. And I thought, this is crazy. I did this one time, wasn't crazy about it. I looked at my boyfriend who I ended up marrying and I was like, we're not doing that again. And then I started not feeling well. But because my mom had had to talk with me, I was okay to go to her and say, I don't feel good. My stomach doesn't feel right. My period didn't come. What's wrong? I didn't have sex again until I was 18. I was out of school and I was like, I'm not trying to do this. I don't want to get caught in this situation again, because that was a potential that my life could have went a whole nother direction. If I would have had a baby at 16, I wouldn't be Coach Harris right now.
Follow us on social media to stay informed and view all the videos from our Let's Talk series, which will continue to debut throughout the month of October.